Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everybody. It just depends upon when you, of course, are watching this live. I am Coach Sabrina B, and it is another Tuesday that we have decided to come together. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure that you turn on those notifications so that you are always in the know. I am a social imagery and ministry life coach. I teach women in business and ministry how to basically live their camera-ready lives with a three-step process. If you find yourself in need of my services or want to know a little bit more about me, simply go ahead, shoot me an email at mothmic@gmail.com. So enough about me. Let's go ahead and get into our topic of discussion on today. Discipline and faith. Yeah. It is going to take both of those in order to get the job done. We know that discipline first has to begin within. There's no way that you can receive any external factors. It has to begin intrinsically. Let's take, for example, exercise. Now, we know we all get on this exercise kick every year. Whatever you want to do, you might fall off the wagon, you might jump back on, you might have stayed on the wagon. But at some point, you have got to be disciplined enough to decide that you are going to exercise a certain amount of time per week, a certain amount of time per day. It takes 21 days in order to create a habit. So if you decide that I want to lose weight by exercising and a diet, then that also means not only do you have to incorporate the exercise in your daily method of operation. There we go. If you missed that conversation on last week, make sure that you go back and take a look at it. All right. You not only have to incorporate that, but you also have to incorporate your diet. You have to watch your portion control. You've got to watch the things that you're eating. You've got to make sure that you're eating before a certain time of night. You've got to make sure that you're eating certain amount of times throughout the day. Listen, nothing works without self-discipline. You've got to be disciplined enough to put yourself on a regimen, on a strict set of rules that you are going to follow in order to get the job done. So let me take a look at my notes here just a minute. It says, do the hard stuff, because the stuff that's easy, you know, you can do that on a regular basis. But there are those things that take us a little bit of time to get used to doing. Hello, somebody. Okay, Sabrina, talking to myself on today. All right, there are going to take some time for these things to be accomplished. Do the things today that will bless your future. We have to give up some things. We've got to sacrifice. We've got to be able, we have become so accustomed to having things right at our fingertips or being able to grab things. But if I can be real transparent, if the pandemic didn't change your way of thinking, I don't know if you did the proper self-examination, because we were separated for people for quite some time. All right. So don't forget, it begins on the inside. Number 2, do the hard stuff. Number 3, do the things today that will bless your future. So faith without works, we know, is dead, right? So you've got to put the work in. Discipline equals freedom. If you've decided that I'm going to save this amount of money per year, per month, per week, per day, you've got to be disciplined enough to create that budget, to create those envelopes, however you decide to create that side savings account at a whole different bank with no ATM card. All you're doing is making those deposits. Yeah, it takes discipline to not go over there and pull that money out when you want a little Starbucks. Hello, Sabrina. Boy, I am knocking myself upside the head today, right? It's going to take discipline. And then once you grasp that concept of discipline, it starts to flood over into the idea of faith. You've got to believe that if I follow this regimen, if I follow these instructions, if I follow these rules, what I am doing is going to come to fruition, and I am going to have a bountiful harvest. It takes sacrifice. It takes a determination. It takes a mind that you have said to yourself, I'm going to do it because I got to do it. I'm going to do it because my well-being depends on it. I'm going to do it because my life and my legacy depends on it. I am going to do it. Somebody just say, I'm going to do it. Go ahead and do it. You definitely have to make sure that you activate not only that discipline of the mind, the body, and the soul, but also your faith. Get those things together. Decide what you want. And once you make that decision, decide how bad you want it. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure that you, of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. Until next week, have an absolutely amazing day.